Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As we're into October, that means that this little notebook is full, so I thought it'd be a really good time to do a flip through of my Lecture Pocket A6 notebook and just show you how I've been using the pages, how they filled up nicely, and yeah, just how I've been using this for the past 3 months. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, I will leave links in the cards to the original setup video, and there's a couple of check-in videos on this because it was set up originally for One Book July, and then I liked it so much I decided to basically stay in it as my daily driver slash EDC planner and purse basically until it was full, and then I've switched back into the Passport TN. So without further ado, let's kick off. So as this was also my purse, I did put in a plastic pocket there. That was just for my bank card and my ID. I kept things quite delicate in terms of you know, stickers and decorating. I don't do a huge amount when it comes to my planners. I like to keep it quite minimal. These post-it notes that I kept in just for kind of, you know, handiness, ended up not using, surplus requirements. The index, as I knew, I wrote in it but didn't really use it. I tend to tab up pages that I know I'll need to refer back to, and that is fine enough for me. The future log worked really well. The only thing that didn't was the kind of colour coding, because I realised that quite quickly that if I have more than one of these events on the same day, I obviously can't do multiple colours. So that's the only thing that I would do differently if I was to set up a bullet journal again. These were probably one of my favourite bits. So this is a notepad from the shop that I cut down because the difference between Pocket A6 and A6, which this notepad is kind of about that much, as you can see. So I mean, that worked fine for me because I didn't necessarily need all of the space, but I loved having all the habits in one place in my notebook that I could just go to and refer to once a day to catch up on, whereas before I probably had these in maybe 3 different places, which just, yeah, not sustainable. My monthly layout, probably my least favourite bit of this planner because I hate drawing out monthly layouts. It's just, yeah, I need a pre-made planner for this. It's something that in all my years of trying bullet journaling, it's always been the thing that's kind of let me down. And although you can do more simple layouts like this one that I use for social media, in terms of for plans, I prefer a traditional calendar layout. It's just who I am. I didn't tab up the months, but what I did do is add washi to the end so I could get to the pages quite quickly, and that worked really nicely. My weekly pages have kind of evolved over time. So they started off with a week on 2 pages spread with kind of, it basically replicated what I was doing in my week. So events, home tasks, shop tasks, Lethbridge paper tasks, and then anything I was waiting on, and then kind of weekly tasks. And then I go straight into my dailies, and I just used a few stickers as I went along to kind of brighten up the pages. As this was my One Book July, this was used for everything, so there's quite a few collections in here. Some of them are kind of random notes, some of them like this are me trying to capture all of my regular tasks. I then have random shopping list and some thoughts on after week 1 of One Book July, and then into my next weekly, which I kind of kept the same for a little while, and then over time kind of got into my groove with it really in terms of the best way of setting it up. I did add in some lines one week because I found that trying to kind of line up across was a pain. As much as I hate drawing in lines, I needed it. And yeah, this was the week that I used my Calico Sport because I missed using my fountain pen. Loved using it, but as you can see, I smeared ink everywhere. Because this is a planner that's kind of made to be used kind of quickly and flick through pages and things like that, it's not particularly with me, and I must just have greasy hands and smear ink a lot. It just doesn't work to have a fountain pen in this kind of setup. I need my Unijet Stream with its unsmearable pen ink. This was my second attempt at monthly pages in here, so a bit more simple, but then I don't like how it looks. It's kind of hard to pick out the days, and there's a lot of wasted space here. It just, yeah, the monthly was something that I just never really nailed in this planner. I then changed up my planning, because after One Book July ended, although I wanted to stay in here because I loved having this as my kind of daily bullet journal and a place for collections and just having one place for all those kind of notes and, you know, things I might want to refer back to, I didn't like the pre-planning, so I did go back into my weeks from August. And basically the weekly plan that you saw kind of in July, where I was kind of planning out life tasks, shop tasks, social media tasks, they kind of got pre-planned in there, and then the weekly spread in here was literally just for events and then straight into dailies, and this has been working perfectly since then. And yeah, it's kind of, I think if I'd have tried to keep doing it the kind of pre-planning way, I think I would have just stopped using this altogether, but doing the combo of the two means I can kind of sit down on a Sunday night, pre-plan my week in here and feel very organised, and then just go straight into my dailies on the Monday, basically. Great way to use up, because I've got loads of these like little shape stickers, so I was using those up to try and slim down my sticker stash, which is also another reason to use the actual icon stickers, but also I liked having kind of something that kind of drew my eye to the separate days. This week I just started adding in a bit of decoration, adding in a bit of washi. I colour matched my weeks and my bullet journal, which is quite nice. September, so as I'm filming this, it's mid-September because we are going to Australia on Friday, so this is pre-filmed to basically go live when we get back, but part of me moving back into the Passport TN was to do it so I can take this on holiday with me, because this is a much better planner to take away than this in terms of fitting things, and I like to collect ephemera and things like that, which the Passport TN just works better. So it's worked out quite nicely for this notebook that I can basically pretty much fill this, move into the Passport TN for the holiday, and then just carry on in this when I get back. It's quite scruffy. I didn't spend a lot of time trying to make my writing neat. I mean, my writing isn't particularly neat in a ballpoint pen anyway, but that was a kind of another joy of this planner, that I didn't have to worry about making it neat and tidy. It was just kind of my scruffy go-to planner. This was attempt number 1 at setting up this week that I did as a reel, which then got about 3 views on Instagram, because Instagram is doing something funny, which is great. But yeah, that's why there's a blank weekly. I had to reset it up again for the reel. Oh, the joys of social media. And now we're into my packing list and just some sticker ideas, and into this week, which I've got obviously 2 empty pages to finish off the week with, and then into some more collections, and then we're pretty much to the end. So there will be like 4 blank pages. I may use these this week with some notes, probably not, but I'm pretty happy that this is as full as I'll get it. You know, there's very few pages that are kind of going to waste, and it's a perfect time for me to stop this and move into this. And then at the back I just have my page keeper slash blotting paper, and then my pen loop on a kind of card pocket, which if you saw my kind of planner DIYs video, you'll know kind of why I've got this set up. And then at the back is just the pocket. So in here I just have, like I say, loyalty cards, vouchers, and then there's just these random icon stickers. So that is it. I have really enjoyed this. It started off as a great experiment, and in turn I've definitely adjusted my planning on the back of it, and I'm planning in a much better way. It'll be interesting to see how much of that I can kind of affect in here, moving into my Passport TN, because effectively everything that I was doing in here I should just be able to do in here. It's just the joys of the Lexicon in terms of, you know, usability. Lay flat really nicely, doesn't need any training. It's quite easy to kind of just wrap up and throw in your bag. This is a bit more kind of finicky in terms of the inserts don't lay flat as well. You do sometimes have to use a clip, so I've got this, or take them out, and yeah, it's fine. It's just not quite as slick and compact as this, but then what you lose in kind of the compactness, you then gain in terms of storage. So one of the things that, you know, I love about this is I've got all of these pockets and things like that, so I can carry everything for travel and just day-to-day purse things and not be limited in terms of what will fit in here. But yeah, I am so glad that I did this experiment. I loved using this pen, having the colour coding. It's got a pencil and a rubber on the end, so it's the most perfect pen just to carry around and do everything. I would have loved to use my fountain pen more, but like I say, I just can't be trusted, particularly in something that is supposed to be kind of a quick everyday carry notebook. But hopefully you enjoyed this flip. If you do have any questions about kind of the setup or anything like that, please drop me a question. I will leave links to everything that I've kind of talked about or used, but if there is anything that I missed, please let me know and I'll let you know where I got it from. But hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.